It's cooking! So wow. Hey everyone, this episode I'm going to be making hominy chili. So this is a dish that I've actually posted about before, but I didn't make a video on it and didn't really put down a recipe. So this time I'm actually recording it. And I made some improvements since I actually made it the first time. So the thing about this chili is hotly contested. Some places say it's not chili if it doesn't have meat. Some places say chili doesn't have beans in it. In this case I'm making it vegan, so everything's plant-based. And it was a challenge to come up with a recipe that I actually liked, but it actually turns out pretty good. So I'm actually going to I'm going to kind of format this different so you can see the ingredients down here, and I'm going to go through each of it so you can see how everything plays into the dish. Alright, so going through this, like I said, the star of the dish is hominy. It's hominy chili. So this is a corn-based product. So this gives it a lot of substance. Normally the star of the chili that I would make would be like ground beef or something like that. Of course you can't have chili without beans. So these are some red beans, some kidney beans. So that's what I chose here. So we still have the main components of a chili with meat in it, except it's plant-based stuff here. And then over here, to give that chili the color, I have two different types of tomatoes. So these are diced tomatoes. I'm keeping the liquid in it because that's going to be the base of this chili. I'm not adding in any water. All the liquid comes from this stuff. And then over here are some stewed tomatoes. So these are cooked a little bit differently because it's cooked ahead of time and it has some celery in it. So it has some seasoning already. And then over here, this is a whole yellow onion diced. And then I have some minced garlic. I'm just out of the jar here to make it easier on myself. And then spices, of course. I have one star anise here. Some chili powder. It's not chili without the chili, of course. Some cumin, some red pepper, and some salt. And then over here, of course, I got the salt and pepper on standby. I always want to do that at the end, salt and pepper to taste. The reason I'm including black pepper too is because, as you may know, it's a little bit different from red chili flakes. And then for the toppings, I got some plant-based cheese and also some sour cream. And I chopped up some cilantro earlier as well. So that's going to be the nice toppings on this. I'd also cool it down if this is too spicy. Remember with chili, you can kind of adjust it with the toppings to cool it down a bit. So now, one other thing I want to mention is I'm using vegetable oil to saute the onions and garlic first. So now I'll go ahead and cut over to the stove and we'll see how this gets cooked. Just get that vegetable oil nice and hot there. We'll make sure it's really warm before you put anything in there. It'll be too greasy. So the onions go in first. And you want these to get kind of translucent, and then we add in the garlic. You don't want to add in the garlic right away, these it'll burn really easily, especially if it's minced. Garlic's a lot more delicate than the white onion there. So now I'll throw that in there and let that get really fragrant and kind of caramelized too. Then you throw in the spices there and mix that in. You see, just do everything one at a time. So some of the tomatoes, then the hominy, and then the beans, and then the rest of the tomatoes there. And the order is not 100% here, but you just want to kind of add things in stages. Definitely start out with the aromatics first, so that's the onion and the garlic, and then the spices. And you see here, this is a chili that you can cook really quick. There are some chilies, especially with meat, where it becomes more and more complex the longer you cook it. In this case, everything's plant-based, so it's really easy to cook this pretty quickly. Alright, it's been 20 minutes, so let's see how this looks. See, a lot of the liquid came out of the tomatoes, so it has that nice chili consistency here. No need to add water. So now we just need to see if it needs anything. You want to fish out that star anise. And then just salt and pepper it. I'll lower the heat a little bit more again. See if it needs anything. Get some of the liquid. It's actually pretty spot on, just a little more salt and it should be good. Do a few pinches. That star anise, it gives it some sweetness to cool it off a bit. But I do want to bring it back with some more pepper here. So I'm going to use some black pepper. A little bit of that. This should be good now. So I want to mix that in, and now we'll cut over to actually plating this out. Alright, this is super easy to plate. Of course, we're just dealing with a bowl here. Just want to ladle it in there as nice as you can in the middle. I feel like 2 scoops of bowl should be good for this amount. I want to shake it a little bit. Over here, got some of that sour cream. Just want to spoon that onto the side there. And then, of course, while it's hot, get some of this cheese and sprinkle it on there. You want to be generous with the cheese. And then last, some cilantro. Just throw that on there. Maybe a little bit more. But there you have it. Absolutely stunning hominy chili. 100% plant-based with the sour cream and the cheese. It's kind of jiggly.